Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Live at 4 on this Monday. Hope you all had a nice weekend.
Happy Christmas Eve.
It is Christmas Eve.
Welcome back to you.
Good to be back.
How was your vacation?
It was spectacular. On a cruise for 2 weeks. What's going to go wrong? Unless you're on a carnival ship where you're going to run into each other, but we were fine.
Your ears must have been burning when that happened because we were talking about that a lot. So you had a wonderful time. You look great.
It's good to be. It's good to go away, and it's good to be back.
It's good to have you back.
Good to be here.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go to our weather words. Here we go. Let's take a look outside. People shopping, people traveling. No, there's the weather pictures. All right, is that a sunrise or sunset? That's sunrise this morning. Beautiful day. Unusual weather.
You brought the warm weather back with you because this is
it's not
crazy, isn't it?
Not looking like Christmas at all. I put the weather words in, but I apparently didn't get off the line on the computer, so let's go over to Gary in the back here.
Back to speed
We're
yet.
off to a great start here.
I think we're on the holiday schedule already, yeah. I can see that. And I'm outside without a jacket on. How about that? You know, the day before Christmas Eve, and temperatures are unseasonably mild. Yesterday, we were just shy of record high temperature. Today, not quite as warm, but still well into the 40s, about 20 degrees above average. Visible cloud track, just some mid and high level clouds from time to time. Doppler track, that's what you want to see the day before the holiday starts to move in. No precipitation around. Temperatures right now are pretty mild. They're in the 40s, a few 30s to our north and to our east, but as we take a look at our day planner, look for those temperatures to gradually drop off to around freezing by early tomorrow morning. Skies will turn cloudy overnight. There might even be a little patchy fog. But look at that high temperature for Christmas Eve, 47 degrees, and we'll probably go a degree better at 48 for Christmas Day. As we take a look at first alert traffic right now, things very quiet for the day before Christmas Eve. Not seeing any problems along the Beltline other than a stalled vehicle around Gammon Road. But the interstates south and southeast of Madison, traffic moving actually above the posted speed limits. I think everybody's in a hurry to get to where they're going for the holidays. Same thing north of Madison, not seeing any problems on I-39, 90, or 94, as well as US 151 into northeastern Wisconsin. That is your News 3 Now First Alert traffic.
All right, Gary. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gary. First at 4, the holiday travel rush is underway. And that weather forecast, boy, that's a gift in December. It looks very promising for those traveling in most parts of the country.
Millions of people will be going by planes, trains, and automobiles to get to their holiday destinations. From now until New Year's, the TSA expects nearly 42 million passengers at airports nationwide, a 4% boost from last year. TSA spokesperson Lisa Farbstein says passengers should pack correctly and leave extra time to help ease the security process.
You can spill it, spread it, spray it, pump it, or pour it. It should go into your check bag.
Those choosing to hit the roads instead are already facing travel headaches. Bad weather caused a nearly 70-car pileup on Interstate 64 near Williamsburg, Virginia, and heavy rain forced road closures in Florida. AAA says more than 104 million people will drive to their destinations.
The Dane County District Attorney says no officers will be charged in a fatal shooting that happened on Madison's west side back in October. The Department of Justice released squad and body cam video of the incident this afternoon. Police were called to an apartment on Raymond Road on October 27th. The report says 64-year-old Dean Thomas started walking down the stairs in the direction of the approaching officers. The officers say they gave Thomas commands to drop his weapon, but the report says Thomas ignored the commands and brought the gun up and pointed it in the direction of officers and firing it. The report says the officers feared for their own lives and fired back, hitting him. The officers tried life-saving efforts on the scene, but Thomas was declared dead at the hospital. The man accused in connection with Madison's third homicide of the year is officially charged this afternoon.
Danica Lewis is here with the latest from the Dane County Court. Danica?
Mark and Susan, Marcus Hamilton is now officially charged with 10 felonies and could spend decades in prison if he's convicted. Authorities say Hamilton shot and killed 18-year-old Gunnar Holum on the city's south side earlier this month. According to a criminal complaint out today, the 20-year-old was meeting a group driving in from Dodgeville to sell them a few grams of marijuana. Holum was reportedly in the driver's seat. Witnesses told police that Hamilton got into the back seat and pulled out a gun, telling them over and over again to give them everything they had.
The defendant got in the victim's car, sat in the back, pulled out a gun with an extended magazine, a 30-round clip, a 9mm. Those young people fought him off. He got out of the car and fired 2 shots. One of those shots killed the driver, who unfortunately passed away almost immediately from his injuries.
Now, according to the criminal complaint, the others in the car tried chest compressions, but Holum was pronounced dead at the hospital half an hour after the shooting was reported. Hamilton stood silent today in court as the court reduced his bail to $250,000. That was originally $1 million, but the homicide charge he faces was reduced from intentional homicide to reckless homicide. Hamilton will be back in court for a preliminary hearing on January 2nd.
Thank you, Danica.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill remain at an impasse over the form of a trial in the GOP-controlled Senate after the House voted to impeach President Trump. A newly released email is adding fuel to the fire over whether witnesses should be called. Less than 2 hours after President Trump finished a phone call with Ukraine's president, White House official Michael Duffy sent this email directing the Defense Department to hold off on military aid to Ukraine, and that given the sensitive nature of the request, to keep the information closely held. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer sent a letter to his colleagues today saying the email is evidence the White House needs to release more documents and witnesses.
A top administration official, one that we requested, is saying, stop the aid 91 minutes after Trump called Zelensky and said, keep it hush-hush. What more do you need?
We can't take up a matter we don't have. And so hopefully they'll be on the way over at some point.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell criticized the Speaker for not delivering the articles of impeachment to the Senate. President Trump echoed the point on Twitter, accusing Speaker Pelosi of, quote, crying about fairness in the Senate.
After a year of tragedy and turmoil, the CEO of Boeing is stepping down. The company says the change in leadership was necessary. Hillary Lane reports.
Boeing CEO Dennis Muhlenberg agreed to resign Monday at the request of the company's board. Boeing said in a statement, a change in leadership was necessary to restore confidence in the company moving forward as it works to repair relationships with regulators, customers, and all other stakeholders. It's been a tough year for the aerospace giant.
We've cleared the tower.
Stocks plunged over the weekend after Starliner, Boeing's new space capsule, veered off course, causing NASA to scrap a docking with the International Space Station. Muhlenberg failed to get the troubled 737 MAX back in the air, and last week Boeing announced it's halting production. Two commercial 737 MAX planes crashed about 5 months apart in Indonesia and Ethiopia, killing 346 people. The company has admitted its automatic flight control system played a role in those crashes.
We are responsible, and we own that, regardless of cause. Any accident with one of our airplanes is unacceptable.
Muhlenberg testified on Capitol Hill 2 months ago, where he was confronted by lawmakers and victims' families.
It's come to the point where you're not the person anymore to solve the situation.
Boeing's board chairman David Calhoun will take over as chief executive. Hillary Lane, CBS News, New York.
An attorney for several of the Ethiopia crash victims' families released a statement saying Boeing's board of directors does not deserve a pat on the back for this decision. Their leadership decisions empowered Muhlenberg and the company to create a culture where profits were put ahead of the safety of the global traveling public. It is a big game tonight for the Green Bay Packers as they head to Minnesota to take on the Vikings.
A lot rides on tonight's game. Melissa Kim is here with what to look for. Monday Night Football matchup. This is a big one.
Exactly. And, you know, it's the day before Christmas Eve. No one has anything else to do. So tune into the game, right? Well, the last time these two teams played each other, the Packers obviously won. That was in week 2. And Kirk Cousins not really playing his best game. Then he was sacked once by Kenny Clark, and he also threw more interceptions than touchdowns, 2 interceptions and 1 touchdown in the game. So the Packers defense, they will definitely have to be on top of their game again. They're also going to be without their top running back, Dalvin Cook. He will not be playing tonight. And their backup guy, he's been battling an injury too. So they'll be on like their 9th running back by the end of the game. It'll be not that great for them.
And Cousins can be so hot and cold.
He is. You know, he historically does not play very well against the Packers, which I'm sure no one here is upset about. But, you know, the Packers offense too, they've been having a pretty good couple of games. You think about Aaron Jones and how this has kind of been his breakout season to be like, hey, I'm here as one of the top guys in the NFL. He's actually 2nd in the league right now in terms of most touchdowns. He has 17 of them. Only guy ahead of him is Christian McCaffrey on the Panthers. He has 18. So definitely watch for them to run the ball a lot tonight as well. And you know, US Bank Stadium, it hasn't really been the greatest place for the Packers to play. They've only played there 3 times for this like new pristine stadium. That's where Aaron Rodgers hurt his shoulder a couple of years ago too. So we're gonna get rid of all the bad juju tonight, hopefully. And
there's not many playoff implications though, right? They're both in the playoffs.
They both are in the playoffs. However, if the Packers win tonight, then they will clinch the division. So that is very, very important. And if they win out, they could get a first round. They will get the first round bye. So win tonight. Win tonight, they'll be the 3 seed, no lower than the 3 seed, and win out, no lower than the 2 seed.
But if they lose tonight, it's not the end of the world.
It is not the end of the world, but it's the Vikings. They have to beat them. Hello, come on. I've been here around here long enough to know that.
Preparing yourself.
Exactly. Come on, positive vibes.
They'll be great.
Exactly. Great. That's much better. We want the positive vibes.
Go Pack.
Yep.
All right, Melissa, thank you.
Thanks, Melissa.
No problem.
And the Wisconsin football team leaves Christmas Day for the Rose Bowl.
Melissa's going with them. It's encouraging, the team is encouraging its fans to go get your picture taken at the Wall of Roses to show your support. The wall is at Hilldale Mall in Madison. You're supposed to send those fan pictures to their Twitter feed. The Badgers, of course, face the Oregon Ducks in the New Year's Day Classic.
Lots of sports going on.
Beautiful.
When we come back, the new Star Wars movie opened over the weekend, and fans flocked to theaters.
Yeah, as did our film critic, Will Loper. We'll find out what he thought of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker when Live at 4 continues.
Well, for the first time in more than 200 years, Paris's Notre Dame Cathedral will not celebrate Christmas Mass.
The more than 850-year-old building is still being restored. Since the Gothic cathedral was devastated by fire back in April, the Notre Dame choir has been rehearsing at a nearby church. Most are still struggling to accept that Christmas Mass is canceled this year.
To think that I was ill last Christmas and I missed Christmas in Notre Dame, thinking that I would go again this year with no problem. And yeah, no, it's, I can't believe I'm not going to do Christmas.
Could she be any more French?
Yeah, exactly. The cause of the blaze is still unclear, but what is clear is that far more than brick and mortar has been affected. Not even during World War I and II did the cathedral close its doors completely. Despite the extensive damage, the French government is confident that services will resume again by 2025.
Stocks advanced on Wall Street on news that China is cutting tariffs on some U.S. products. The Dow Industrial's up 96 points. The Nasdaq added 20. The S&P 500 gained 2. That was a clip from Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, one of the newest movies to hit theaters.
Is the film worth seeing? Here to let us know what he thinks is our film critic, Will Loper. And this is one of the big films of the holidays.
Everybody's talking about it.
A lot of buzz leading up to it, and I gotta say, guys, it gets the job done. It's got tons of lightsaber battles and space action you could want, but it does play things just a little too safe as a way not to anger any fans. So Daisy Ridley, she's back as Rey, along with Finn, Poe, BB-8, and old characters, C-3PO and Chewbacca. They're traveling across the galaxy, trying to stop bad guy Kylo Ren and all his stormtroopers from becoming even more powerful. Now, the pace moves faster than a souped-up Millennium Falcon on hyperdrive. You'll want to check your spinal cord after this movie for whiplash. Now, unfortunately, because some people weren't happy with the previous film, The Last Jedi, this movie does a lot of backtracking, saying, hey, you remember that thing we said in the last movie? Well, that actually wasn't true. I think it would be way more exciting if it had found a way to build on those elements, but this is a movie that tries to please everyone, and that's always a futile effort. It's still got, plenty of fun, Star Wars-y moments, but yeah, the lack of a committed vision makes it one of the lesser entries, in my opinion.
Is that what you mean by saying they didn't want to offend any of the fans, or they were careful with the fans?
I mean, just as far as what happened in The Last Jedi, there was a really vocal, I don't know how many fans it was, but they were like, this isn't what Star Wars is about. We don't like this. And it really felt like this movie was trying to cater to that, that vocal minority and saying, no, don't worry, that actually wasn't true. And it's sad because I really like The Last Jedi a lot.
But fans like this one.
Yeah, I mean, it has got a lot of people like it. I wasn't personally a fan, but everyone's got an opinion about Star Wars.
It was a little lukewarm at the box office, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, $865 million. A lot of people were expecting $200 million, but, it's always going to make money. It's Star Wars.
This time of year especially. All right, what's your rating?
I gave this one 3. Carrie Fisher's out of 5. Aww. This is, of course, her last role, and they gave her a nice send-off.
That's nice. All right, up next, Uncut Gems.
Howard, where's the money right now?
Howard, got my money?
Howard!
What do you think? I'm done. That means nothing. It meant nothing. Please. Give me another shot.
Right, so if you're a fan of living vicariously through someone else's stress, you're going to love this movie. This is anxiety for 2 hours straight. Adam Sandler, he's back in a serious role. He plays a gambling addict who owes a lot of money to a lot of people. And throughout the movie, he makes riskier and riskier bets to stay ahead of it all. It's a constant push and pull of things going wrong or things going right, and then Sandler's character jumping right back into making a higher bet or angering all the dangerous people he owes money to. This is a movie absolutely worth seeing, but, I think you'll need to be monitoring your blood pressure and stress levels throughout.
And if you have a gambling problem, that might be a good idea.
No, this may bring up some feelings inside you, yeah.
Some Oscar buzz, though, for Adam Sandler surrounding this one.
He is gunning for that Best Actor role, and he has made a threat that if he does not win the Oscar, he is going to punish us all with a really, really bad movie.
Another one.
Another one, as if he hasn't already.
But not this one.
Not this one. This is really good.
What's your rating?
4.2 Adam Sandler's out of 5. We'll see if he gets that gold.
All right, dramatic actor. Adam Sandler.
He's best when he does it.
Yeah, he is. All right, next week.
We have 1917, which is a World War I film that is shot to look like it's just one long, continuous take.
Really?
Yes.
That should be interesting.
Fascinating.
All right.
All right, thank you, Will.
Yep, thank you, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
See you next week.
Yep.
And we'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Well, take a look at this. It looks like a giant green blob is bursting out of a 500-gallon container in David Dobrik's Los Angeles backyard. Dobrik and the Vlog Squad set out to make one of the largest elephant toothpaste explosions ever, and boy, did they succeed.
Wow.
Elephant toothpaste is simply a combination of different things that creates an amazing chemical reaction. Afterwards, Dobrik admitted he didn't think it would be that big.
Everybody running.
I know, they were wearing goggles. Is this safe?
Wow.
Fun with chemicals.
A Milwaukee County Transit System bus driver is credited with finding 2 lost dogs, and then he got to meet the dogs' owners today.
Jamie Grabowski had just finished her shift on December 18th around midnight when she saw 2 dogs running in and out of the street. Now, the family who lost the dogs say they let them outside to use the bathroom, not knowing that a gate in their yard was open. The bus driver got the dogs onto the bus, and the dogs were then brought to the Milwaukee Animal Shelter, where they were eventually reunited with their owners. When the driver found the dogs, They were 2.5 miles from home.
Wow. Oh, a little adventure, huh?
Yeah. Let's take a, well, you know, the weather's this nice, I suppose, you know, just head out there.
Let's take the bus to get home. It's easier.
The dogs are getting extra walks with this weather.
Let the dogs
out. Good for them. Good for everybody involved.
Yeah, very nice.
And speaking of nice, boy, this weather.
If you like temperatures in the upper 40s, close to 50 degrees, this is your Christmas. We'll take a look not only at this Christmas, but ones from the past and see how we compare in just a few minutes in weather. As much as I'd like to have a white Christmas, I think I like it just as much having a nice travel time period before Christmas. And that's exactly what we have across much of the country over the next 48 hours. The areas in green, that's where good travel conditions are expected. Yellow, some minor issues. Red indicates some major problems. And then the purple area, that's the area that we really have to watch. But you can see how much of the country, this is tomorrow morning, is free of travel issues. Really, about the only big issues are out west with some heavy mountain snows in southern Utah and northern portions of Arizona. But the Midwest stays pretty much free, other than some light snow developing up in northern Minnesota and parts of North Dakota as we head into Christmas Day night. But our part of the Midwest, very nice, and that will continue into Thursday morning and probably for much of the rest of the week. Now, as far as a white Christmas is concerned, well, I thought they might see it down to the south where there was over a half a foot of snow just a few days ago, but look at how much of that has melted thanks to the mild temperatures. The southern edge of the snowpack in Wisconsin, shifting northward, runs from about La Crosse to Stevens Point to just south of Green Bay. North of there, still plenty of snow on the ground in northern and central Wisconsin. But the southern part of the state, of course, we're not going to see a white Christmas this year. So 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Very mild weather through Thursday. I don't think record-breaking temperatures. The records for the next couple of days are in the mid-50s. But Thursday, the record high for Madison is 50, set back in 1936. We could be close to that. There could be a little bit of drizzle on Christmas Day into Thursday morning. Otherwise, Christmas itself will be quiet. The next rain chance will be on Saturday afternoon. That could mix with or even change to some light snow Saturday night into Sunday morning. That's still an iffy weather system. The computer models been back and forth about it, and I don't think it'll be a major system. Otherwise, the temperature trend over the next 10 days, here's the average high temperature going from 28 to 27, and 9 of the next 10 days will see temperatures above normal, and then maybe a brief drop in temperatures the day after New Year's Day. As far as Christmas stats are concerned, normally we should see a high of 28 degrees, the low 13. We're going to be about 40 or about 20 degrees above that in the upper 40s. In the last 5 Christmases across southern Wisconsin, there have been a couple of mild ones. In 2014, we had a high of 42 and a low of 32, and then a cold one in 2017 where we had a temperature go below 0, and actually the next day the the average temperature was below 0. So very cold temperatures right after Christmas. Last year, pretty normal with just a trace of some snowfall. Otherwise, live view from the Edgewater Skycam in downtown Madison. Just a thin layer of clouds overhead today. High 45, the low 32, well above the averages of 28 and 14. And right now our temperature's at 40 degrees. Skies are mostly cloudy. The winds have shifted to the east at 3 miles per hour. It's actually been a weak cold front that's moved through, but it really hasn't had too much of an effect on our temperatures. 6 to 10 day temperature outlook from the end of December into the first couple of days of January. Above normal temperatures, about a 60 to 80% chance of that across the eastern portion of the country. Above normal precipitation, mainly for the weather system toward next weekend. The 8 to 14 day temperature outlook for pretty much the first week of January. Above normal temperatures in the eastern part of the country, below normal temperatures out west. And then you can see the precipitation just slightly above normal. Now, as we take a look at temperatures right now, they've cooled off into the 30s, basically north of Madison, south of Madison, just south of that front. Temperatures are still close to 50 in northwestern Illinois. Upper level winds right now from west to east. But look at how strong that southwesterly wind flow is through much of the western portion of the country. So that will just continue to send mild Pacific air eastward. Here's that front I talked about, just a brief wind shift here, and that front actually becomes stationary out to the west. South of the front, very mild temperatures. Even north of the front, they're mild, just not quite as mild. And as we look at future track, notice the wind shift back around to the southeast by tomorrow morning, and then those winds kick in from the south for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. You can see lots of clouds, but really not much else. No precipitation around here, so it should be a very quiet Christmas holiday. Our forecast for tonight, mostly cloudy skies, maybe some patchy fog, low temperature dropping to 32. For Christmas Day, Christmas Eve for tomorrow, mostly cloudy but very mild with a high of 47. And Christmas Day, pretty much the same story, mostly cloudy, maybe a little drizzle in the afternoon with a high temperature of 48 degrees. As we look at future track, the clouds move in tonight, low temperatures drop to around freezing. Highs tomorrow, though, back up into the upper 40s as wind shift around to the south. Tomorrow night, look for mostly cloudy skies. Might be a little patchy fog. Rudolph might need to be used at the front of Santa's sleigh with a low of 37. And then for Christmas Day, high temperatures back in the upper 40s. As we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, those temperatures not quite as mild for the end of the week. Again, a chance for some rain, maybe ending as a little snow on Sunday. And then another chance for some light rain or snow showers Monday and Tuesday, New Year's Eve. The new year will get off to a fairly mild start and then drop off temperatures on Thursday.
Good travel weather, that's for sure. All right, Gary, thank you. It is time for Potentially Yours here on Live at 4.
Marissa DeGroot is here from the Dane County Humane Society to help this sweet little kitty find a forever home. Hi, Marissa.
Hi.
And she has a name you'll never forget.
Oh my gosh, we've got royalty here. We have Princess Cuddle Pants. And I tell you, this name could not be any more fitting. This is just kind of her personality all the time.
She is beautiful.
So if you're looking for a nice, sweet lap kitty, this is the girl.
Oh, look at her. She's just loving being
So
fed
she's
like
a
that.
tortoise and calico, not calico.
Tabby.
A
So,
Torby.
yep,
Torby.
a Torby. And so she's got this really beautiful coloring going on. And I tell you, she is so soft.
Now, you actually found her stray, or someone found her stray?
Yep, she was found stray in Verona. And so we don't know an exact age on her. She's an adult, not a senior, so, you know, younger than 8, but she's definitely not a kitten. But she, I think, would do well in a lot of different households because she just kind of has a laid-back personality.
She's very mellow, that's for sure. How you doing? And where'd the name come from?
I think just because she is just a snuggle bug.
A cuddle pants.
She really is.
All right, we're getting to the end of the year. A lot of people start thinking about donating to nonprofits like the Humane Society.
And right now, it's an even better time if you are thinking about donating to Dane County Humane Society, because up to $10,000, every single dollar is going to be matched thanks to a matching gift challenge from the Dawn and Marilyn Anderson Foundation if you donate online. And so you can go on there, you can look up some information on Princess Cuddle Pants and donate to help animals just like her.
Oh, that's
So
wonderful.
your $10 turns into 20, or your $100 turns into 2.
Exactly. Yep.
That's
So it's just a
fantastic.
wonderful time to donate.
Now, what about our sweet dog from last week? I don't know. Oh, we do have a picture of him. Oh, that's
Yes,
good.
we
Oh,
do.
I wasn't here for
That's
this.
Mary Elizabeth.
Mary Elizabeth with a busy mouth. She did get adopted. We're so excited
That's
for
great
her.
news.
What is she chewing on? A stick?
She had a nice tasty bone there.
Look at that face.
Wasn't she something?
Oh, yeah, she's very cute. All right, let's get Princess Cuddle Pants a home for Christmas.
Yep, and we are open today and up till 3 o'clock tomorrow. So if you want to come meet her, come on in tonight or tomorrow morning.
And Christmas Day might not be the best day to introduce a pet to a home, but get a
Yep.
certificate or something. And
Yeah, if you want to come meet them, and then we'll be back open on Thursday.
Is she at the main shelter?
She is.
Okay, great.
Along with a lot of other kitties looking for good homes.
All right, well, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Marissa. Good to see
Let's
you.
start the year off better for you, okay?
Yeah.
Cuddle Pants. If you're interested in adopting Princess Cuddle Pants or any of the other animals available at the Dane County Humane Society, go to giveshelter.org. 838-0413 is the number to call.
Still to come tonight at 4. First, coming up tonight at 5, the city of Sun Prairie is looking at rebuilding the area that was hit by a massive explosion more than a year ago. We'll have that story coming up on News 3 Now at 5.
Here's a live look at downtown Madison, UW campus. 45 degrees, the end of December.
Good stuff. It's been a week of really nice sunsets. We were teasing you when you were on your cruise.
Well,
Go check out our sunset.
I was sending them your way.
Yes, thank you.
And here's what's making news on this Monday. The Dane County District Attorney says no officers will be charged in a fatal shooting that happened on Madison's west side back in October.
The Department of Justice released squad and body cam video this afternoon of the incident. Police shot 64-year-old Dean Thomas after he approached them with a gun. Officers told him to drop it, but Thomas fired at them instead. The report says the officers feared for their own lives and fired back, hitting him.
The man accused in connection with Madison's third homicide of the year is officially charged. Charged with 10 felonies this afternoon. Marcus Hamilton could spend decades in prison if he's convicted. Authorities say Hamilton shot and killed 18-year-old Gunnar Holm on the city's south side earlier this month.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill remain at an impasse over the form of the trial in the GOP-controlled Senate after the House voted to impeach President Trump. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell criticized the Speaker for not delivering the articles of impeachment to the Senate. President Trump echoed that point on Twitter, accusing Speaker Pelosi of crying about fairness in the Senate.
Boeing CEO is stepping down with no end in sight for a crisis that has enveloped the manufacturer and its marquee aircraft, the 737 MAX. The Chicago company says that Dennis Muhlenberg will depart immediately.
The holiday travel rush is underway from now until New Year's. The TSA expects nearly 42 million passengers at airports nationwide. That's a 4% boost from last year.
And still to come at 4, how about a vegan holiday this year?
When we come back, the executive chef at Surya Cafe in Fitchburg, Lauren Montalbano, joins us with the perfect addition to your holiday spread. Hi, Lauren. We're coming over your way. That's when Live at 4 continues.
Well, taking a look at traffic, it's the day before the Christmas holiday. Traffic moving pretty steadily on the Beltline. Looks like a little slowdown in the eastbound direction at Park Street, but otherwise traffic is moving pretty steadily as far as we can see. As far as any travel delays right now, seeing some delays eastbound on the Beltline from around Monona Drive to Park Street, and then a couple of minor delays around Todd Drive. Westbound, we're seeing delays between Fish Hatchery Road and Park Street. Also, still have a stalled vehicle on the Beltline near Gammon Road. Not really affecting traffic there, although I know traffic around Westtown and Easttown pretty heavy because of the last-minute shopping. As far as travel time is concerned, right now 20 minutes on the eastbound Beltline from University Avenue to the interstate, 17 minutes going back in the westbound direction. Heading out of Madison, a quick 24 minutes down to Janesville on I-3990 southward, and 16 minutes to Sauk City on US 12. Also 16 minutes on East Washington Avenue, US 151 to Sun Prairie. That's your News 3 Now First Alert traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. Happy Festivus. It's a non-commercial holiday celebration made popular by an episode of Seinfeld. The holiday's tagline, a Festivus for the rest of us. Instead of a Christmas tree, there's an unadorned aluminum Festivus pole. Festivus starts with a dinner followed by an airing of grievances in which family and friends tell each other how they disappointed them during the year. Then there's the feats of strength, namely wrestling. Festivus is not over until the head of the household is pinned.
That episode was just on the other night. That is so funny.
Also, happy Hanukkah.
Yes, that's right. Hanukkah started on Sunday.
What's going on? Well, if you're interested in trying a plant-based diet in the new year, you're in luck.
There are lots of delicious ways to incorporate plant-based food into your diet, even at the holidays. Certified vegan chef Lauren Montalbano from Surya Cafe is with us today. Welcome to Live at 4. Good to see you.
Yes, absolutely.
So let's define the difference between like a vegetarian and a vegan.
So the joke is vegetarian is no meat, and then vegan is nothing with a face or a mother. So then we're not doing eggs, and we're also not doing dairy. So nothing that comes from an animal.
Okay. So a vegetarian, you can have milk and cheese and eggs?
Yes.
Okay, so this is vegan.
Yes.
Is it intimidating to adopt a vegan lifestyle?
I think that depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are intimidated at first, but after a lot of people do like a 30-day challenge, they realize actually how easy it is.
But we're programmed for like protein, to eat meat.
Yes.
I mean, that's, well, we are.
Yes.
So you have to reprogram that. And you can still get protein through this kind of diet.
Yes, absolutely. And so one of the dishes we're going to make today actually is made primarily of cashews. So you're getting your protein there. So getting your proteins from nuts and legumes. There are different sorts of mock meats out there like seitan that has a lot of protein in it. Different non-GMO soy products also have a fair amount of protein as well.
So tell us what you're making today.
So today I'm making an herbed cashew cheese, which is perfect for the holidays, but it carries over to all year. It's really versatile. You can use it as a dip for vegetables, crackers, or a spread for crostinis, sandwiches, bagels. It's a good staple to have around in your fridge.
On a vegan diet, you can't have cheese.
That's
so
correct.
This is a plant-based cheese.
You call it a cheese, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. A nut spread, if you will.
Okay.
All right,
Yes.
great.
So we start with cashews.
We start with cashews. So I've got 2 cups of whole raw cashews, and they've been soaked for 15 minutes in really hot water. You can also soak them overnight so that they're ready to use right when you want them.
What does that do?
So then it softens the nuts so that they blend very smooth, which is really what you want out of this.
Otherwise, it's going to be kind of chunky.
Yeah, no, and that's not
We want
good.
the smooth, not the chunky.
We want the smooth, velvety nut cheese here.
All right.
And then we've got half a cup of water, and that's going to help it blend. Then we have a 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. And so when you're looking for that cheesy flavor, this is where it comes from.
What is it?
Nutritional yeast.
Okay.
So it is a yeast, and it is full of B vitamins as well, which also on a vegan diet you need to have.
Because you're not eating meat.
Because you're not eating meat.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then we've got 2 teaspoons of garlic powder.
Boy, everything smells so good, doesn't it? All
Nice
of the
and fresh.
spices smell great.
And now all of the fresh herbs are wafting towards you. We've got 2 tablespoons here of olive oil to again help it blend a little bit and add a little bit more fatty richness to it. And then I'll have you hand me lemon juice.
Oh, here's your lemon juice.
So lemon juice for a little bit of brightness and acidity. We've got 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And then I have 2 teaspoons of Himalayan salt, which we were talking about before. And the reason that I use Himalayan salt is it's got more flavor, and it also has 83 different minerals.
It's funny as the camera here. It's kind of pink.
and it's a little
It
pinkish.
is pink, and then there's also a pinch of pepper mixed in there.
Where do you find that, Himalayan salt?
You can find that everywhere. My favorite place to go, oddly enough, is TJ Maxx because they've got a really great price on it. You can also get it at Costco. You can get it at any of the co-ops around town. It's become really popular.
Okay.
So then you're going to take all of your ingredients here, and then you're going to blend it. I know, which I'm not going to do because we have the sound effects. So
Okay, we don't need that.
perfect.
So you just blend this?
You blend it until it's really velvety smooth. So you can see here,
Voila.
ta-da, it's a Christmas miracle. It's already done for us. So now we're going to add in our fresh herbs so that they don't turn the entire cheese green, which you could do.
Yeah,
it could be for Christmas,
Or
right?
Packers.
Or Packers. So we've got 2/3 of a cup of fresh chives. Then we have 2/3 of a cup of chopped basil.
Oh, that looks nice.
And also 2/3 of a cup of dill. Now you can change these around to whatever herbs you have around the house. It's also really nice to have rosemary and sage and whatever you have maybe growing in your garden or whatever is seasonal. These are my favorites. So.
Now you use this as a dip and also as a spread. What are the uses for this? How do you
dips
use
and
it?
spreads. We pair it at the cafe with a fig and jalapeno chutney and crackers. It's excellent. The sweetness really complements the cheese. Or you can put it on bread with cucumbers, pickled onions. We also do at the cafe sandwiches, bagels, really just
Very
about
versatile.
anything, or a really quick snack just out of the fridge with a spoon.
And you have 2 locations.
I've got 2 locations, so you can find Surya Cafe in Fitchburg, inside of Perennial Yoga and Meditation on East Shale Parkway, or we just opened our 2nd location in the Garver Feed Mill.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank
Exciting.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
is exciting.
And we are open tomorrow until 3 at our Garver location.
But normally it's breakfast, lunch, dinner. You have all 3 meals.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 3 meals. We're all whole food, plant-based, so we're all very health focused. So if you're looking to make changes in the new year, we're here for you.
That's wonderful.
Give it a try.
That's delicious, by the way.
It is delicious.
Very good. Really good.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thanks, Lauren, for
Yes,
coming.
you
great
as
to see you,
well.
Lauren.
We'll see you again.
Perfect.
Thank you for coming.
We'll have a
Yes.
final check of your forecast coming up.
You guys had like
45 degrees at the end of December.
And even warmer tomorrow. How about that? Take a look at these high temperatures. That does not look like the day before Christmas Eve. 45 the high in Madison. Janesville hit 48. Kenosha 50. Current temperatures have dropped off a little bit. We've actually had a weak cold front go through. 40 in Madison. Temperatures are in the 30s to the north. And you can see they're pretty light, otherwise shifting to the northeast. But those temperatures will bounce back up into the upper 40s for tomorrow and for Christmas Day and Thursday. A little cooler for the weekend, maybe some rain or snow showers, and then quiet weather for the New Year's holiday.
That's all still above normal, though, isn't it?
That's still above normal all the way through Wednesday.
All right. Thank you, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
Tomorrow here on Live at 4, we're going to look back at the year in business. 2019 was a busy one.
And Consumer Reports looks at the best instant cameras as those old-style Polaroid cameras
They're back.
are making a comeback. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.